has many other building complexes in the area. They have probably like 1 out of every 10 warehouses in Greenpoint is owned by this company.
Is that it?
No, it's Broadway Stages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they did this green roof installation in April of last year, and their hope was to green roof more of their buildings. So that's the backstory on the building space.
Are you doing work on the other buildings as well?
I mean, eventually when they get built or redone, but it's only been a year. I mean, this project opened in April of last year, so it's rather young. And you guys haven't gone up yet? No.
How many acres do you have up there?
It's 1/5 of an acre, 6,000 square feet.
And how many pounds of vegetables do you produce in that time?
It's an interesting thing, and it's good to talk to a group of food people about this, because everyone always wants to know how much food I produce. But it's an interesting question, because like I could tell you the pounds of food, but like lettuce weighs a lot less than a tomato, yet it's more plants, yet it feeds less people, yet it depends on how you cook it. So at a certain point, like I lose interest. I could tell you, but like you'd be like, wow, 7,000 pounds, but like that doesn't mean anything necessarily. So what I did this year actually to quantify that was I opened a CSA. Do you guys do CSA at all? Community Supported Agriculture? Yeah, so I started a CSA on the farm to track very literally like how many people I'm feeding and how much produce they're getting every week. And that was the reason. I mean, I have a community of consumers already. I didn't really need more community supported agriculture, but in terms of data collection, I thought it would be really useful.
So what are your results? Or you don't know yet? Cause
they haven't started yet.
Yeah.
It'll be the first week of June will be our first Tuesday. And we're doing them Tuesday nights. And everyone that's in the group is within, I like to say stone's throw, but I don't throw stones that far. Some of them live in Pittsburgh, but they're all really close. And it's a dozen people, it's a dozen shares. And all of them were asked as part of their membership to contribute 10 hours minimum of volunteer time. And it had to be, it wasn't just like reading, it's actually, it has to be like a particular thing that they offer as a person. And I didn't like turn down people for not having, I just took the first 10 people that applied basically. But 2 of them do my website design, one is a carpenter, the other one is a beekeeper. So everyone is bringing something particularly unique to the farm. And the reason I wanted to do that is because a lot of times with CSAs you come up and you do like a day of weeding or a day of harvest on the farm, which is helpful to the farmer and it's certainly a good participation. They'll do that anyway. But I really want people to feel like they've built something. And I think if they're coming at it with something that they're already good at, like if someone's already a chef, then it's their privilege and pride to like give that thing that they're best at to the farm, you know? So, and I also don't know how to design websites or build things. So I was really excited about those people.
It's the old-fashioned barter system.
It is the old-fashioned barter system.
Yeah.
In fact, we operate, one of the reasons I've stayed with agriculture for so long is that I very much believe in barter, and it's what I love about food, about growing food, is there's always the excess of food production, always, in every part of our food system, there's always excess. And to be able to barter is just so great. Although we do have a market, and I do sell to restaurants, so there's also money coming in.
Do you have?
About 6.
That you supply produce to?
Yeah, that's another one of those interesting quantitative things where like in the springtime I don't have a lot of things to supply, but come August when there are lots of crops, like I'm pushing tomatoes out every door that opens, you know. So, and the restaurant network is great because people get really excited by the food. What I like about the restaurants buying from me isn't that I supply such a great amount, it's that it gets a conversation started about like the term local, and people can come here and say like I ate a salad that was a mixture of your greens and 2 farms from upstate, and then I can say okay, well let me at least show you how lettuce grows so that when you go out to the farmer's market you get where that comes from, you know. So it's more, for the restaurant sales it's more of a conversation starter. For the CSA it's definitely I'm trying to feed people.
And aren't you educating children as well?
Yeah, I'd love to talk to everyone about that actually.
Okay, we'll hold off.
Because your opinions would be really great.